by the goalie. Oh, here's a puck out front, but Colin Moose can't quite handle that. Here's George with it. George over to Colin. Colin moves, sends it to center ice. Ben Score with it. Ben outlets up to Jackson to the Stone. Jackson tries to get it over to.
Yep. Go. That way.
This is dumped in by James Meyer. Now here's Otto with it. Otto flips it back to. Tries to flip it back to Will Marsh, but taken away by Wayzata. This is the Wayzata blue team. Wayzata has two Bantam B1 teams, as does Minneapolis. Associations are similar in size. And man, there's a backhand by Will Marsh that is covered by the Wayzata goalie. Offensive zone face-off. That one gets through Beck's legs, and he has to chase that one down. Here's Will Marsh with it. Will outlets up to Otto. Otto Hutchins skates it in. Controlled now by Wayzata.
No.
And there's a breakaway opportunity for Wayzata. They shoot it high. That one is picked off by Colin Moose. Colin up to Colin O'Day. Colin gets knocked off the puck. Storm trying to keep it in. Eventually it's shot out of there. And now here's another opportunity for Wayzata as they get in deep. Oh, nice save by Ben Justice. He came out and challenged. James Meyer without a stick there as he lost his stick and ends up playing defense with his skates.
Well, started off quicker both ends. See how it settles in here. Uh-oh. Definitely Wayzata's getting a few chances early.
This one is poked away by Cam Adair, brought up by Tyson. Tyson fires one on net, and that is scooped up by the Wayzata goalie. So we'll have an offensive zone faceoff here for the Storm with 10:23 left here in this opening period. No score yet. Will Marsh with it. Will tries to backhand it out, but it's kicked off now. Cam there with it. Who's going to replace? D pass over to Beck. Comes into the zone. Now here's Will Marsh with it. Will over to Archie, but Archie couldn't handle the pass. Now this one comes to Beck. Beck skates it around, throws it over to to Griffin O'Melia.
Turn to go.
Will Marsh gets it up to Otto. Otto Hutchins, he dumps it in. That one's played by the goalie behind the net. Here's Wayzata trying to outlet. Kept in nicely by George. George centers it, but right to Wayzata. Collins dumps that one back down in.
Right there. Good try. There it is.
Here's a shot by Colin Moose. Colin O'Day comes over to pick it up off the boards. Spins it around to George Lego. Now here's George behind the net trying to get it to Colin. Comes out to Beck. Beck is going to shovel it into the corner. Colin Moose and Colin O'Day. Now nice give and go opportunity there, but George couldn't quite get it back to Colin. It's Cam Adair with it. Now comes to George Lego. George is going to skate it in. He's going to look for a shot. He gets the shot. Nice. Good shot by George to get it in on net, and that'll be a icing foul on.
There's some good pressure. That George Collin cycling that was going on there. Hopefully that keeps working.
Yeah, some nice puck movement there by all three of them. There's a shot by James Meyer. That's
a little good poke, James.
Left it away. Nice.
A couple of times our D are letting them get behind them. I got to keep an eye on that now.
There's a shot that's a little off the mark. We got Ben Justin goal again today. Ben pitched a shutout, 1-0 last game out. There's a shot on goal by Ben scoring. Jackson with it. Jackson trying to poke it ahead to himself. He does a good job keeping control of it. Back comes Wayzata.
Go with it, man.
Wayzata maneuvers in for another shot, and here comes Tyson. Tyson had Will Marsh with him. There's a shot by James Marsh. He slaps one in. Kept in his own. Tyson goes to try to chase it down, but he's knocked off the puck. Here comes Will Marsh in to try to help. Eventually comes away to Wayzata, and back goes home. Griffin O'Melia on D. There's a shot directed toward the net, but a little off the mark. Griffin O'Melia comes over to pick this one up. Now here's James with it behind the net. James is going to outlet up to Otto. James Meyer again with it. Still kept in by Wayzata. They slap at it, but it's deflected into the corner. Otto gets that one out. Now he pokes it ahead. Here's Archie coming in, trying to pick it up, but it's just a little ahead of him. Archie now with it. Back with a shot. Cam tries to slap it, but didn't get much on that one. That one goes all the way down, and that's going to be an icing call. So offensive zone face-off for the Storm.
Just so everybody knows, it is the. I've learned that it's saying 1-0 on the video.
It is. Okay.
So for everybody listening, it is not. It's still 0-0. I think the scoreboard is just not working. So it's probably going to say 1-0 Wayzata the whole game, regardless of what happens. We'll keep you up to date on anything there.
Kept in by Beck. Beck fires it back around. Now kept in by Cam. Cam dumps it back down in. Wayzata trying to get it out to Cam. Oh, and there is. Oh, Colin with an opportunity. Couldn't quite get it in the net. He picked up the rebound, but couldn't get it in the net. There we go. Beautiful play by the Storm. Great patience by the Storm there as Colin just flicked that one over to George, and George is able to put it in the back of the net for a 1-0 lead.
First of the year for George, I think.
So as Matt said, the scoreboard is not working properly, so it's 1-0 Minneapolis, despite what the score might show. Here's Jackson in with it. He's trying to maneuver in for a shot. Kept in nicely by James Meyer. Uh-oh. Oh, and here's another opportunity for Wayzata as they get a breakaway opportunity. Great save. Beautiful save by Ben Just as he held his ground.
I think that's the third time we've let a guy behind the D, though.
Storm is struggling a little bit on defense as they're letting people get past them.
There we go. Yep, keep going. All right.
There's a shot for the crease, picked up by Tyson. Tyson. Archie's going to chase this one down. He gets to it first. He's trying to get it over. Oh, he centers it nicely. Trying to get it back over to Tyson. Now here comes Wayzata again. They're going to dump that one in. Cam's going to come over and try to pick this up. Wayzata gets there first, but now outlet to Archie. Archie gets that into the zone. Wayzata controls. Into the zone, and he goes off for a line change as Colin O'Day comes back in. Here's Colin with it. He keeps it in the zone. comes over to James Meyer. James is going to fire one. As he goes off for a change. Kept in here nicely by Griffin. Now back with it. Backhands it up. There's George. George trying to get it over to Colin. Can't quite get it there. Now back up to George. Here's George. Skating it in, looking for Colin. Cam DDD over to Beck. Beck loses the handle for a second.
Jeez,
man. Dangerous play there in front of the net. Back with it, behind the net. And that'll be the end of the first period. With the Storm leading 1-0 on a goal by George Lego.
Forwards are looking pretty good. The D is looking a little sloppier than the other night. It was the opposite in South St. Paul. We'll see if can't fix the back end tonight.
Overall, though, it looked like the Storm came out with a lot of energy in the first period and looked good passing the puck and pretty aggressive offensively, but they did let a few get
seems like one of those games where they may wear Wayzata down a little bit after a while.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully.
So this rink is rink C we're in today. There are 3 rinks here at this Plymouth Ice Center. Very nice facility here. They have a Providence Academy, which is a private school here in the Twin Cities area, plays in this rink. This is their home ice. And then right next door, rink A, is the home ice for Wayzata High School. But this is the home ice for the Wayzata Hockey Association, so all of their games, home games, are played here in one of the rinks.
Ooh, that was almost an
There's
own
a
goal.
deflection that goes off a bend, picked up by Tyson. Tyson tries to escape this through the neutral zone. Eventually it comes to Wayzata.
James, stay with them.
Oh, there's another one.
Keep
right
putting it
there.
on our own goal.
We're working our own goalie out today.
All right, let's forget about that shift. Let's start over here.
Ben took 2 shots on goal by his own team today.
In last shift, even.
A defensive zone face-off here. Colin comes in to try to win that one away. Oh, there's one scorch right to Ben. He saves that one nicely. And he pins this one against the side of the net, and that'll be a stoppage of play here and another face-off. And now they can't find the puck. Looks like there we go. The puck somehow got stuck in Ben's pad. And he was eventually able to kick it out of there. There's Colin on the face-off. Comes to Wayzata. There's a shot, doesn't get through. Another shot. That's wide of the net. And there's a goal for Wayzata. Ben was actually in pretty good position on that one, but that one just beat him as he was a little screened.
Now we got to pick it up here. This has been a slow start to this second period.
So all tied at 1 here, early in the second period. There's a shot by Griffin O'Melia. He got a good stick on that one. Now this one comes into the zone by Will Marsh. Poked away, kept in by Griffin. Griffin fires one, but that's off of a Wayzata player. Back comes Wayzata. Nice defense by Griffin. That one squirts up in the air, comes to Will Marsh. Wayzata still controls. They come through the neutral zone, picked up by James Meyer. James off the boards to Will Marsh. Will is going to dump that one in as he needs a rest. There's a shot by Archie. Griffin sends this one around the boards, comes over to Jackson. Back comes Wayzata. Storm there on defense nicely as Cam Adair picks up the loose puck. Cam looking to outlet. He gets it over to Colin Moose. Here comes Colin skating it ahead. Colin takes a shot. That's pad saved by the Wayzata goalie. Ben Story on the boards. Now here is Colin Moose again trying to pick it up. He gets it off the board, but that one squirts away. Cam's going to have to chase this one down. Eventually comes to Beck. Beck's going to poke this off the boards up to Colin Moose. They battle for it right down front here. Oh, that one's intercepted by Jackson. Jackson trying to maneuver in for a shot. Oh, and he gets a nice backhand away. Back off the boards. Comes out to Wayzata, and that's knocked up out of play. So stoppage of play here. We'll have a offensive zone faceoff for the Storm. Or sorry, for Wayzata. As O'Day, Lego, and who else is over there? Comes in on offense. I guess that's Otto. It's the other forward. Intercepted by George. George with a shot on goal. This one knocked in by James Meyer. Reversed around. Poked away. There's a shot. Oh, that one is.
Trying to find the hole.
Goes into the opposite corner. George with it. George reverses. James Meyer with it. Kept in nicely.
Yep.
Colin over to Otto. Otto fires one. Right on net. But
Got caught too far of a low of an angle.
that one kept out by the official as it hits his skate. Back comes Wayzata. Nice centering pass, but that's intercepted. George now trying to skate it out. He does. He's got Tyson with him if he can get it over to him, and just a little behind him. Tyson back out to Beck. Now Beck back to Tyson. Tyson backhands one right at the goal. That is covered by the Wayzata goalie. Will Marsh on the face-off. That one eventually gets poked into the corner. We got Will trying to chase it out of there. Will and Archie over there trying to poke it away. Comes to Will. Here's Will. He goes back behind the net, centers it out. Kept in nicely by Beck.
Jeez, that's a
Archie
penalty.
gets taken against the boards. That's going to be a penalty on Wayzata. As Storm are going to go on the power play here, I think, as Wayzata gets called for. I think they called, was that a hook? I don't know what they called on that.
Probably a roughing, my guess.
I was going to say it looked much more like roughing, but I thought he made the hook sign.
Yeah,
oh, yes, it was. It was roughing. Okay.
Usually when you go for the guy and not the puck so blatantly, it's roughing 101.
A shot by James. That is deflected up into the netting, so we'll have another offensive zone faceoff for the Storm as they are on the power play here. 9:03 left here in the second period. We are all tied at 1.
If you can't set this up here a little bit.
Here's Jackson with it. Jackson over to Colin Moose. Now here's Colin.
Yep.
Colin gets in deep. There it is.
Oh, got a one-timer there.
Yeah.
Got the same thing
Colin
again.
Moose skates it around. Trying to get it over to Ben Scorey, but kept in nicely by James. Now here's Ben Scorey with it. He goes out to Griffin. Griffin over to Colin. Back to Griffin. Griffin tries to fire one. That was deflected, but just wide of the net. Here's Griffin again. Griffin out to Jackson. Jackson with it. Over back to Jackson. And that one's kept in nicely. As Griffin almost let that one get out of the zone. Now kept in by George. Back comes Wayzata as they poke it away. Oh, and there's a shot on that, actually. They made a bid for a shorthanded goal there, but nice save by Ben Just. Storm are without George Tewin Ortiz tonight, so Ben is getting the start for the second game here. Colin on the face-off comes
we have
to
too many
Otto.
guys out there.
Otto over to
Can.
or over to Beck. Beck reverses it around. Can comes over to pick it up. Storm having trouble getting it out of their own zone here. And George is finally going to just take this one and get it out. Here comes Otto. Otto comes into the zone but loses control of it. Saved by Wayzata and a loose puck for a second. Now Wayzata's got a 2-on-1 here. Storm eventually get back. Penalty now over, so both teams back at full strength. There's a shot steered away by Ben into the corner. Another shot at Ben. And a backhand shot and wraparound attempt.
Good save. That was close.
Ben's looking sharp
That was
tonight,
a good,
actually. That
good
was
way
a
to get over there. He just
wraparound
cupped
attempt,
his-
and he was able to get over there and get his skating away. Will Marsh with it. Will outlets to Archie. Archie now up to Tyson.
He beat him.
Here comes Tyson through the zone. Tyson with a shot. Pad save by Wayzata. Kept in by Archie. Archie trying to center it. Comes to Wayzata.
No.
And we're going to have a trip now. I think that's going to be a trip on the Storm. So that one's going to be called on George, I believe. Is that George in the box over there?
I think it was James.
So Storm will be down a man now as Wayzata goes on the power play with 5:44 left here in the second period. Back with it. Still controls it behind the net. And he pokes that one out of there. That one apparently went into the Wayzata bench and back out, so that'll be a stoppage of play and a face-off in the Wayzata zone. Jackson Gaston on the face-off. He wins it back-to-back. Now it's tied up along the boards. Jackson with it still. Eventually, Wayzata comes away with it. Knocked down nicely by Colin Moose and dumped in on net. Nice job by Jackson to wrestle that away and get it on net. Back comes Wayzata. Oh, and there's a shot that got through, but just a little off the mark. .106 left on the penalty of the Storm. Here's Jackson Gaston. He's going to fire across ice. Wayzata slaps it in. And shot on net, but another save by Ben. Knocked down by Ben. As they get another shot on goal.
Oh, no. There you go.
And that one's knocked out of here by Otto, but that's going to be icing as that goes all the way down. So it's James Meyer in the box. I thought it's number 8, not number 3. I thought that was George, perhaps. But Wayzata with a shot, and
Good save, Ben. Wayzata's really taken it to us this period. It's kind of I feel like we really held the play the second half of the first period, but not so much here.
Storm got a fresh set of legs in here as Colin O'Day comes back in. He takes the face off. That one comes to Colin.
Yep.
Now Colin's going to just
call,
skate it up. He gets a shot on net, and Wayzata goalie has to cover that one. 8 seconds left here on the penalty to James Meyer. Back comes Wayzata. Both teams back at full strength.
Oh, you guys, both defense. You got to pick somebody up there.
Fortuitous bounce there for the Storm as there was an open net, but Wayzata could not quite get a stick on it, fortunately for the Storm, as that would have made it 2-1 easily. But
what are you doing?
now this one comes to George. George through the neutral zone. He's looking for someone to pass it to, but couldn't get it over to Otto.
All right, we got to see Storm step back into this game here a little bit and take control back. Kill off the penalty now. Let's see some opportunities.
Will Marsh on the offensive zone face-off here. This one comes to Wayzata. They were ringing around the boards. Tyson tries to pick it up. Comes to Griffin. Griffin sends it around. Now, Will Marsh sends it right back. Now they try to skate it out. Trying to get it through the neutral zone. The Storm is poking it away. Now they eventually get it into the zone. And that one's sent right back out, but that's going to be an icing call. So we'll stay down here for the face-off with 2:10 left here in this second period. Just a reminder that the scoreboard is not working tonight, so we are tied at 1, despite what the score may show on the screen. Oh, and there's a shot off of the crossbar.
Yep. Keep going.
There we go. Nice save by Ben. Ben, I think, was partially screened, but he's still able to get in front of that one, so he eventually covers it.
That team's big and they look pretty good. I think this is a lucky to be 1-1 game for us right now.
Tries to pick this off the board. Colin comes over, picks it up. He's able to get it out of the zone, but comes to Wayzata.
Get out there. Come on now. Geez, we just keep feeding their blue line over and over
Otto
and over
tries to get that out of there, but can't quite get that now. Eventually, James is able to shovel it down. So
don't get too deep now, guys.
This one rolls all the way back down.
Jeez.
Griffin O'Melia chases it down.
Definitely a physical Wayzata thing. I think that's what's
There's
getting
a
to
shot
us.
that pops up in the air, but goes to the back wall.
Stepping away from
23 seconds left in this period.
Lead the blue leg again. Stop doing that.
This period cannot end fast enough for the Storm here. As that one pops out, it's going to be an offsides on Wayzata. So
I don't know what happened. This is a tale of two games, it seems.
Yeah, the Storm looked very good in the first period, but not so good in the second period here. Let's hope they can regroup for the third here.
Wayzata's bringing the physicality. I think that has a lot to do with it. We've been kind of standoffish.
And that'll be the end of the second period. This may be one of those games where whoever decides to show up in the third period is going to take this one, because it has definitely been a tale of two periods here. Hey.
How you doing?
Good?
Good.
All right, 15 minutes to go in this one as we get ready to start the third period here. Storm will be going left to right as Will Marsh is going to take the face-off here. Will, Tyson, and Archie on the front line. We've got Beck and Cam Adair.
Took a trip, but I don't know.
Hey, we got a penalty on Wayzata. I did not see what that was. Did you see that?
Called a trip, but I don't.
Called a trip? Yeah.
Thought it was a.
Well, I guess we'll take it. So Storm will start out this period with a power play here.
Take an opportunity here. Try to set something
Will
up.
Marsh on the faceoff. This comes to Wayzata, but still in the zone. That one is flicked toward the net by Archie, covered by the Wayzata goalie. So another offensive zone faceoff here.
We got this big number 3 center.
Will Marsh kicks this back to back. Back now over to Cam. Cam to Tyson. Tyson fires one. Will Marsh then turns around and fires one. There's Archie with it. Archie goes to Will Marsh. Out to Cam. Cam slaps at it, but didn't get
time there, Cam.
a good stick on it. Kept in nicely by Beck, but then that one gets knocked out of play. So another offensive zone face-off here in this power play. 1:25 left in the man advantage for the Storm as Jackson Gaston is going to come in and take this face-off. He's got Ben Score and who else is over there? Is that George? I think that's George.
Yep, fire it.
Now there's James Meyer. He tries to fire one. That's off his stick, though, and goes to Griffin. Griffin off the boards back into the zone.
Yes.
Here is Colin moves with it. Colin tries the center. Comes over to James Meyer. James fires one, but that one is knocked down by Wayzata, and back they come.
Number 5 is big and not afraid to move the puck up.
This one's rolled in on net, but Ben
on the power
just
play.
covers that one. So that'll be a offensive zone face-off now for Wayzata here with 45 seconds left in the power play. O'Day in on the face-off. Comes to Beck. Beck skates it behind the net, looking to outlet.
Move.
This one goes all the way down.
All right, take possession here. All right.
This one, Colin with it. Colin. A little patience there, Colin. Nobody home there, so that one comes to Wayzata.
No, Cam. Gosh. Right on the power play.
That one knocked down by Otto. This one comes out to Cam. Cam fires one, and that is covered by the Wayzata goalie. So offensive zone faceoff, 1 second left in the penalties. So both teams will be back at full strength here as soon as this puck drops. Beck tries to fire one, but now here's Wayzata. Looks like Wayzata may be offsides on that call, so we will face off just outside the Wayzata offensive zone here. Still tied at 1. 12 of 40 left here in this third period. Will Marsh on the face-off. He pokes that one ahead, but it comes to Wayzata.
Yeah. There we go.
Now here's Will Marsh with it. Will skates it up, but he doesn't have any help. Now Archie's able to fire that one away. Nice job by Griffin to fire that one back down. Now here is Tyson with it. Tyson tries to poke it out and center it, but comes to Wayzata.
Behind you, James.
Tyson fires that down, so that's got to be an icing call. Not quite sure what he was doing there.
They seem to be really impatient.
Yes.
That old last power play. I mean, typically on the power play, if you catch it at the blue line, the whole ice will freeze and wait for you.
Here's Beck with it. Beck's going to skate it up through the zone. Beck stops, trying to get it over to center it, but poked away, and back comes Wayzata.
It's ice! Oh, come on.
It's Cam with it. Cam pokes it ahead, but that's Colin Moo's not able to pick that one up, and now here comes Wayzata back again. They got a shot. That one squirts up in the air. Battle along the boards as the Storm have 3 players tied up. That goes behind the net. Colin Moose tries to get it out, can't do it. Now Beck battling along the boards as Jackson comes over to help out. This one comes to Colin. Colin flicks it up. That one goes into the zone, and that one's not going to get far enough for an icing call. So that was a good play by Colin Moose. This one's fired all the way down, but picked up by Ben. Ben over to Colin. Now this one's in the neutral zone, and Otto tried to poke it away, but
there. Cross.
Now here's Otto with it. Otto's going to dump it. George comes over to try to pick it up. Kept in the zone. Here's Colin with it. Colin's going to fire it back down.
All right, we need a hero here now.
Griffin with it. Now it comes into the zone, brought into the zone by George, but he loses his
uncalled.
stick. Now George with it again, but comes away to Wayzata circling. Now here's George with it. George has got an opportunity for a 3-on-1 here. If we can get it into the zone, Colin's able to pick it up. He loses control.
You guys are gassed. All right.
Now back with it. And that's going to be an offsides on Wayzata. So 8:43 left here in this third period.
At least it's settled down here a little bit. It's been kind of more in the even end. Neither team's really had too much for opportunities in the third.
Yep. That one's kept in by Cam. Comes to
Boy, Wayzata plays a good
Will
physical
knocked
game,
off the
though. Anytime
now
we
Cam
try
with
to
it
walk
again.
to the
Cam's
net,
going to
there's-
fire one. There's a pad save by the Wayzata goalie. Into the corner it goes. Tyson now. Rung around the boards. Comes to back. Now here's Beck with it. Beck skates it through the neutral zone. He shovels it in, but he gets his own rebound. Now he tries to center it. That one's swatted away by Wayzata. Now it's loose right in front of the net, but eventually covered by the Wayzata goalie.
Now, trying to make something happen, I guess. It's this point of the game.
Jackson gets thrown on an offensive zone face-off here. And goes into the corner where Colin Moose tries to pick it up, but now it's poked out of the zone. Here comes Wayzata. Nice job by Griffin.
That's not a penalty.
That's going to be interference, I think, on. Yeah. Griffin tried to tie his man up, but he got called for the interference. So now we're going to have a power play for Wayzata here.
It's been about 3 or 4 calls. It's almost like they're calling something just to call something.
Colin wins that one. Comes to Otto. Otto skates it up. He's going to dump it in. That one is on net and left for Wayzata to pick it up, but kept in by. Shoveled back in by James Meyer, but Storm was still in the zone, so that'll be an offside. Here's Colin on the face-off. There's Colin again. Colin back to Cam. Now to Otto. Otto's going to dump this cross ice in. Now back comes Wayzata. Poked away nicely there by Beck and steered up into the netting. So stoppage of play, and both teams will get a line change here. 1:19 left in the penalty to Griffin. That one's poked away by George as he's able to block that one. Now it's loose in the zone, picked up by Wayzata. Wayzata skates it around, out to the point.
Other way.
Now this one comes out of the zone, so Wayzata will have to regroup. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Now George is able to get this one into the zone as he controls it for a second, but back comes Wayzata. They are going to dump that one in. Beck wrestles this one away. Tries to knock it off the boards. Eventually it comes out, and Wayzata will have to regroup again. Poked away by Will Marsh for a second, but now loose in front of the net, picked up by James Meyer.
Yep.
Now here's George with it. George is going to fire that down, and that will kill the penalty. So both teams now back at full strength. Intercepted nicely there by Tyson, but he was just outside the zone, so that'll be an offside. So I have a stoppage of play here with 5:20 left here in this third period. Still tied at 1. Yeah, kept in nicely by Tyson. Tyson pokes this into the corner. His man goes down. He gets control of it.
Surprised they wouldn't have called that.
Actually, Wayzata gets control of it, and they're able to get out of the zone. But now this one's knocked back down by Archie as Will Marsh tries to chase it down. Goes to the opposite corner. Still kept in. Now it's loose. Comes out to Griffin. Now in the slot, but controlled by Wayzata. Griffin now, he outlets, but Tyson was about to come off the ice, so he pokes it away, but comes the way.
Good play there.
Nice job by Griffin.
Yep. Yes, good play.
Will March pokes this into the zone, but
There you
it
go.
comes the way that. Now here is Colin moves with it. Colin gets it over to Archie, but Archie just overskated it.
Ooh,
Oh, nice
wow.
save by Ben.
Come on, get it out of
Oh,
there.
and there's a puck loose in front of the net.
Really has a big presence, and he's not afraid to use it. Good puck handler, too.
There's a shot off the side of the net.
Oh, that's a dumb penalty by Wayzata. Really dumb. You got all the momentum in the world, and then you shove a kid in from behind when you don't have a puck.
Well, I guess
Big killer there.
We'll take it. So that'll be a power play opportunity now here for the Storm with 3:23 left. See if they can get the goal. Oh, that's not a good way to start the power play.
Just don't have the bounces tonight either.
Griffin mishandles that one, but that one's dumped back down in. This one comes to James Meyer. James
shoot it right into him.
fires that. Colin fires one. That one is a glove save by the Wayzata goalie. Here's Otto with it. He's going to try to get it back over to George.
There you go.
Now
Settle down.
Griffin over to James Meyer.
Good idea.
James to Otto. Now over to George. There's Colin with it. And Colin. Oh, and now it's loose in front of the net. Officials are talking about it. I don't know if they were calling a penalty there or not. Right? No, that doesn't look like it. So 1:17 left here in the penalty to Wayzata. 2:40 left in the
I think they're
third
calling
period.
a delay at game on Wayzata here too.
Yeah, that's what I wondered because they were interfering with. Yeah, so now Storm are going to have a 5-on-3 now, as Wayzata gets called for delay of game, I believe. Will Marsh on the face-off. Comes to Archie.
You got lots of time now. No need to be too
Archie
quick
to
here.
Will. Now out to Beck. Now over to Cam. Cam's going to fire one. That's right on net, but covered by the Wayzata goalie. So 1:04 left on the first penalty, 1:47 on the second penalty. So the Storm's going to have a 5-on-3 for another minute, and then they will have a 5-on-4. This one's knocked
Give it
up
back
in
to
the air.
All right, there you go.
There's a shot by Archie. Nice job moving the puck here for the Storm in the power play. There's a shot by
Get that on net back.
That one is
Fire it right into
by
it.
Wayzata, and they're able to dump that down. That's going to be an ice, though. So it'll come back down and face off in the Storm offensive zone here with 1:58 left in this game. Here's Jackson on the face-off. This one comes to Ben Scorey. Now there's James with it. James is going to maneuver around. Now he fires a shot. Nice job by James to get in there and get a shot. There's another shot off the side of the net. Ben Scorey goes down trying to go after it. Puck tied up. Eventually, Colin Moose comes away with it. Now over to Jackson. Jackson to Colin. Colin off the side of the net, but he picks up his own rebound. Circles around. Now he gets another shot, and there's a loose puck again. And Wayzata goalie knocked it down. It was loose for a second, but they're able to eventually cover it. So 2 seconds left on the first penalty, but Storm will have another 43 seconds of a second penalty. So still have a man advantage here. This one is poked all the way out. And that one is covered by Ben now. This one's won by Colin, comes back to Beck, but eventually picked up by Wayzata.
All right, no guys.
Here's Beck with it.
Power play time here.
Comes to George. George outlets up to Otto. Here's Otto with it as he's going to skate it through the neutral zone. Comes to George again.
Back.
George now skates it in. George is knocked off the puck. Here is Beck with it. Beck centers it to Colin. Colin fires one right on net, but saved by the Wayzata goalie. Now it's loose in the neutral zone. 25 seconds left in this one. Here's Otto with it. Otto trying to wrestle it away, but it can't quite get into the zone. Now Colin with it. 16 seconds left. Here is James with it. James up to George. George flings it toward the net, but here's Wayzata. Wayzata's loose. Oh, yeah, the whole net there. Yes, over the net. As this one is going to end in a 1-1 tie. Both teams had some opportunities toward the end there, but nobody could get it in the net. So. Storm will come away with a tie in this district game. They will be back in action again on Wednesday night. I believe that is a 6:30 game again on Wednesday. Somewhere thereabouts, or no, actually it's a later game, I believe. I think it's a 9-something game. So later game on Wednesday night, they will be playing the Edina White team, which is the #1 ranked Bantam B1 team in the state. So that will be a challenging game for the Storm. So thanks for